How's it going, everyone? Before I get to the video, I'd really appreciate if you took the time to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I got a lot of content on the way, especially NBA and Laker related content. Now onto the video. And although I've done a few free agent suggestion videos for the Lakers, I wanted to make a compilation of the top 10 players I think they should sign out of all the players I mentioned, or after looking again, a player or two that I may have overlooked. I believe these 10 players should be prioritized because they're the most realistic and best fits for the team. After the Lakers bring back Anthony Davis, they won't have much money left to work with, so it's not worth mentioning guys like Demar Derozan or Gordon Hayward on here. I'm focusing on the free agents who I believe would bring the most value to the team for a low contract. It's also worth mentioning they have the mid-level exception to work with, which will be worth around $8 million in 2020-2021. And with that, at number 10 I have DeMarcus Cousins. Although he will very likely never be the player he was before the injuries, I believe he could still be very valuable to the team. He is still only 29 years old, and I think his reward over risk is off the charts to get for a minimum contract. He'd be great depth behind JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. Anthony Davis loves playing with him, and he already fits in with the guys on the team after rehabbing with them this year. Even if he is only half the player he once was, people forget he used to average nearly 28 and 12 while shooting over 35% from 3 as a big man. To me, he is a no-brainer, but I can't put him any higher due to his injury history. Now on to number 9, which is Mo Harkless. The Lakers were rumored to be interested in him when the Knicks thought about buying out his contract, and I believe they will look into him again when free agency begins. He is a good 3-and-D wing player who's had valuable playoff experience with Portland. Although he has been in the league for a while now, he is only 27 and could add some more youth and depth to the team. And even after they added Markieff Morris to the team, they lacked depth at the forward positions, and Harkless could be the answer to that problem. He'd be an upgrade over Dudley, and he can play either the 3 or the 4 thanks to his good height at 6'9" and his defensive ability. Now coming at number 8, we got DJ Augustin. He's flown under the radar, playing for a very average Orlando Magic team the past few years now, but he has quietly been very good, even leading the Magic to winning a playoff game over the Raptors in round 1 of the 2019 playoffs last year. Although he isn't a great defender, he is a great shooter, playmaker, and shot creator. He'd be an upgrade at backup point guard over Rondo and would actually be able to play alongside LeBron and AD when they need a reliable shooter in at point guard. Augustin is a very realistic target to use with the money they'll have left over, or with the mid-level exception, I wouldn't doubt if he's a player high on their priority list. He's a good veteran to target who knows his role and likely would want to play for a contending team as he is getting older now. Now on to number 7, which is Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo has re-cemented his place in the league after showing his value while playing for Portland this year. He can definitely shoot, create his own shots, and rebound pretty well yet. The only thing is, and why I can't put him any higher on the list, is that his issues may still complicate his role on the team. You can tell he still wants to be a starter and wouldn't enjoy the idea of coming off the bench. He isn't a great defender, and he probably wouldn't like taking a heavy backseat to LeBron and AD. He works perfectly on Portland because they need him to be that shot creator like he was in his prime, but the Lakers have multiple guys who would get the ball before Melo. Don't get me wrong, I put him on here for a reason, and although it would take a big commitment for Melo to be okay with the bench role, I believe being on a team with LeBron would help ease him into that role better and be a valuable addition to the team. Up next, at number 6, we got Reggie Jackson. Again, the team really needs to find a better backup point guard to replace Rondo with. They tried to bring in Darren Collison out of retirement due to his good 3-point shooting and defending, but that didn't work. While there are a couple of better options at point guard than Reggie, he would be a good addition due to his improved 3-point shooting, ability to create his own shot, and ability to play good defense when he tries to. He chose the Clippers when he was bought out earlier in 2020, but if the Lakers could talk him into changing teams in LA, it would only help them and hurt the Clippers. He would likely be a good fit as he thrives playing in a transition-focused offense like the Lakers have, and again his improved 3-point shooting really adds value here. If the Lakers can't get my number 1 point guard option that I'll mention later, I think they should definitely consider him. Coming in at number 5, we got Jae Crowder, who played great after he got traded to Miami. He will always play great defense, bring a tough winner's mentality, but when he's shooting like he was in Miami, he's one of the best backup forwards in the league. Unfortunately, he isn't known to always be locked in from 3-point range like he was before the NBA got shut down. But whether or not he's lights out from 3, I think he'd be a great addition to the team. He likely could be added with a mid-level exception or even less money, which would make him incredibly valuable. Coach Vogel loves hard-nosed defenders like Crowder, and if he's going to get open three-point shots anywhere, it'll be playing next to LeBron and AD in LA. I believe this is a no-brainer, especially if the team isn't able to bring Markieff Morris back. And speaking of Markieff Morris, he's at my number 4 spot. I've talked about his value to the team in multiple videos now, but I believe he is a great fit next to LeBron and AD, and he showed that against the Clippers and Milwaukee before the NBA got shut down. He wasn't hitting three-point shots at the 40% clip like he was in Detroit, but he probably wasn't fully comfortable with the offense yet either. What he did show though is that he is a tough, capable defender and rebounder at the 4 next to Anthony Davis at the 5. His value would only skyrocket if he got comfortable in the offense and started knocking down those threes like he did in Detroit, which I believe he would given time. I know a lot of fans agree with me on bringing Markieff back, so this was a no-brainer. Now onto my top 3, and coming in at number 3 we got Davis Bertans. I mentioned him in my top 5 free agent forwards video, and I'm sticking to him for my top 3. I believe he would be the perfect power forward next to LeBron and AD with his ability to hit three-point shots at over 40%. He's more than just purely a catch-and-shoot guy as well. He makes tough three-point shots on the move and has quietly become one of the best three-point shooters in the entire league. The only problem here is that the Wizards are likely to throw a bigger contract at him than the Lakers could. If Bertans values playing for a contender, maybe he'll consider it, but if not, they'd probably have to unload a contract to offer him around the $10 to $15 million a year contract that would be needed to get him. Even though it may take a little extra effort to get him, I think he would fit this team perfectly and is too good not to mention on my top 10 list. Now coming in at number 2, we got Paul Millsap. If you look at his old contract making $30 million a year and being a former All-Star, you may not think the Lakers have a shot at getting him. But, much like other players in the past who are entering the end of their primes and changed teams to try and win a championship, I could see him doing the same. He currently plays for Denver, and while they're a good team, if the NBA resumes and they don't make it to at least the Western Conference Finals, I wouldn't doubt if he leaves and joins a real contending team like the Lakers. And out of all the contending teams, I think the Lakers would have the biggest role for him while offering him the best chance to win a championship. He'd be a great fit at the 4 next to AD at the 5 due to his ability to knock down three-point shots, and he was even shooting 44% from 3 before the NBA got shut down. He's no letdown on defense either, although he is getting older, as he uses his long arms to bother shots and grab plenty of rebounds. I think he is a no-brainer for the team if he gives any indication that he wants to leave Denver to play for a contender. He would be a very good valuable player to add for near a minimum contract if he really wants to play for a contending team. Before we get to my number 1 player, I want to throw out a quick disclaimer for not mentioning players I include in my past videos like Marc Gasol or Jordan Clarkson. While I believe they would be great additions to the team that are worth monitoring, I don't believe they will be leaving their current teams, or it would be difficult to add them due to lack of money. These 10 players I'm including in this video I believe will either be looking for a new team or fit one of the needs the Lakers have, which are primarily a backup point guard or forward. And with that being said, I believe the number 1 player the team should try to get in free agency is, again like in my top 5 video, Goran Dragic. I mentioned how great of an addition I think Dragic would be before, and nothing's changed. A lot of people believe he will be changing teams and won't make anywhere near his old contract due to him being in the end of his career. Although that doesn't diminish his value, as he averaged over 16 points a game shooting near 38% from 3, while coming off the bench playing under 30 minutes a game. His ability to knock down threes, be both a great playmaker and shot creator, would turn the Laker bench from inconsistent to deadly. He'd be an incredible upgrade over Rondo and likely would finish games at point guard due to his ability to knock down shots and create his own shot when the defense is crashing down hard on LeBron and AD. I believe Dragic should be the first free agent the team contacts when free agency begins, and if he gives any indication that he's interested, they should bring him in. There's no other free agent available who would add as much value and may be willing to take a pay cut to play for a contending team like I believe he might be. And with all that, that'll conclude my top 10. What do you think of what you'd like to see in the purple and gold next year? And if you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, thank you for watching.